Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Lauren, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to avoid a back rank checkmate. And you might be asking, what is a back rank checkmate? Let's take a look at this position right here. If you notice right now, this king is on the back rank. When I talk about the back rank, I'm talking about the first rank. And notice Black's king is also on the back rank too, and that's also the 8th rank. In this position, it is white to move. So if this white pawn goes here, then this rook can go all the way down to c1 to the back rank, and notice that this is checkmate. So back rank checkmates, they happen all the time in chess. So I'm going to teach you how to avoid a back rank checkmate. So in this position, it's white to move. How does white stop the back rank checkmate? So in this position, there are 2 ways we can do it. Actually, there's 3 ways, but there's 2 good ways to do it. This king has no it needs more space. Notice this king can only go to g1, but the king cannot go to the 2nd rank right now. So therefore, if we simply just move the pawn to h3 or g3, then this king can just go to the 2nd rank when this rook checks the king. And this is how you avoid the back rank checkmate. So whenever you see your opponent's rook or queen on the board, and if the rook and the queen, if it can go to the back rank, you need to just be careful about back rank checkmates. So again, the easiest way to avoid the checkmate is to just simply just move up a pawn, g3 or h3. I hope that you found this puzzle to be beneficial. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I do invite you to subscribe to my channel. And also, if you do like watching my videos, I do invite you to donate some money if you are comfortable doing this. This is my PayPal information. Thanks in advance if you do that. Okay, let's go ahead and go to position number 2. And this is position number 2. So right now, notice this white king, it's still on the back rank. And notice this rook can go to c1, and that's going to be a back rank checkmate, right? So the question is how do we stop this back rank checkmate? As I told you before, moving a pawn would be helpful, but we have to pay attention to what pawn we move. If you notice right now, this bishop, it is controlling the h2 square, so it's attacking this pawn, right? So if we move this pawn up to h3, well, this doesn't help because this rook can go to c1, and this is checkmate because notice this king cannot go to h2 because of this bishop, right? So that means moving the pawn to h3, that would be a big mistake. So you have to pay attention to like what your opponent's piece is, like what squares are they controlling on the 2nd rank next to your king. Okay, so in this position, we can definitely just move the pawn to g3. And this is a good move because if the rook goes to c1, then we simply just move the king to g2, and this is not checkmate, right? So you have to pay attention to that. Another, notice that moving the rook over to a1, this also fails because this bishop can just take the rook right now. So that's not going to be good. So again, the best move is to simply just like move the pawn up to g3. Also notice that moving the pawn to f3 also stops the back rank checkmate. Okay, let's move on to position number 3. And this is position number 3. Okay, Notice that white's king is on A1, the king is on the back rank. It is white to move. Also notice this rook is on the G file. So that means this rook is threatening to go G1, and this is going to be a checkmate. So how do we stop this checkmate? Um, Notice we can't even move the king to A2 because of this pawn. We can't even go to B2 because we can't just capture our own pawn. This pawn can't even move, so it seems like we're in big trouble. But notice that we've got this rook on H4. We can simply just move the rook over to H1, and by doing this, this rook is controlling the G1 square. So if this rook does go to G1, well, guess what? We can simply just take it, and then white is in a winning position. So this is how we avoid the back rank checkmate. You just move the rook over to H1. Remember, each position is different, but as a general rule, what you want to do to avoid getting a back rank checkmate is you simply just move a pawn. That's very, very important. But again, but sometimes you have to pay attention to what pawn you are moving up, because if your opponent's piece is controlling a square on the second rank next to your king, then moving a pawn, it might not even help. So again, if you move the pawn to h3, this doesn't help because the bishop is still controlling h2. So in this position, moving the pawn to g3 is the best move, because if it goes here, then the king can just go to g2. I hope you found this video to be helpful. What did you think about this video? Have you ever gotten a back rank checkmate before? Or have you delivered a back rank checkmate? Back rank checkmates happen all the time, and I know that for me, I know that I've given a back rank checkmate many, many times. So if you like watching my video or my videos, I do invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have not done that already. Check out my chess club on chess.com, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care.